Good morning, guys. So I'm just making my grocery list for today. I'm gonna show you guys my fridge and my freezer as a part of this. I still have some veggies that I bought from last week, same thing with fruit. I also want to get some snacks for my car and for work. And I don't really do that ever. So this is going to be a nice little change for me, but I just want to make sure that I have something that is within proximity at all times, because I know for sure that there's days where I don't eat enough and it's not good. So anyways, I'm going to finish my list and then we're going to head over to Walmart. I can't believe they have this cereal now, but I'm not trying to ruin my childhood. So, first things first, got some good old kosher dill pickle spears. These are honestly just pickles in general are my favorite, as long as they're not bread and butter, because those are atrocious. But the other thing that I like to do, I don't have actual like drinkware. I have cups from college, even though, you know, I've been out of college for like almost 5 years. It'll be 5 years in December. But I just don't want to buy glasses because there's no point to me. There's literally no point when I literally have stuff like that. And then the other thing I've been doing is, as I eat pickles or anything else that comes in a jar, I'll just take the label off, you know, throw it in the dishwasher, and then I have a drinking glass. So it works for me. I know it's not everybody's jam, but I'm fine with it because I don't care. All right, got some pepper jack, which is going to be a nice little snacky poo for the coming week. Of course, I had to get some kind of candy, so I got a bag of peanut M&Ms, which is going to go in my little candy jar. And then I also picked up some sausage. Fun fact about this, I used to eat an entire one of these in a day. And now one of these can last me 2 to like 2.5, almost 3 weeks. So recovery is amazing. That's all I have to say. All right, this is gonna make me sound like a weirdo, but you guys already knew I was weird, so whatever. I have like, does anybody else have like different seasons, like for food? Like soup season is all day, every day of the year for me. But egg salad season is only in the spring and the summer. So we're getting into egg salad season. So I had to get some new mayo and some new mustard because I didn't use it up fast enough last year and they both went bad. So oops. So I tried to get the baby versions of both, but what you gonna do? All right. I needed some more honey mustard. I like to have this with my veggies. And then I ran out of ranch. This is the best ranch that I've found personally, other than like the Chick-fil-A ranch. But this one, oh my God. If you are a ranch bitch, like you're probably from the Midwest, that's okay, because I am too. But this stuff, fantastic. Fantastic. But honestly, that's going to go down to my reserve pantry, and then I'm going to take one from there. So it's just replenishing. All right. I got 2 gallons of 1% milk, and one of these is going to be for me to drink. The other one, I think I might just do half, but I'm going to be making yogurt with it. And then let's see. I also picked up some cornmeal because I ran out and I refuse to not have cornmeal on hand. It's like sacrilege to me. And then I also picked up some all-purpose unbleached flour because I'm going to be making my own bread again. And I found a different recipe. I think it's King Arthur flour recipe. So you already know it's legit. And then I'm not going to hold all of them up, but of course, you guys know I had to get my bananas. Pretty much favorite fruit of all time. And then of course, I had to get the chippies. And of course, we all know me by now. Hello. Everything bagels. Gift from the gods. All right. I got 2 of these Caesar salads with chicken. This is something new that I've been doing. I don't normally spend money on this kind of stuff. But in order to make my life easier, I have started buying like quick stuff like this. And honestly, I always tell myself, I don't have enough time for this. I don't have enough time for that. And part of it is having ADHD. And literally like everything that I do takes me twice as long as the average person. So I figure at least with that, it's something that's like grab and go. I can just like wolf it down and then I at least have something in my system. I also picked up a little baby bag of my favorite salad because the larger ones are looking kind of gross, not gonna lie. Favorite creamer, of course. And then a lot of the other stuff that I got is all like snacks. So Fiber One birthday cake brownies. These are so good. So freaking good. Can't recommend that enough. Same thing with these, the Sunbelt Bakery fudge dipped chocolate chip granola bars. Those are staying in the pantry. And then basically all of these are gonna go into my car. I don't like leaving snacks in my desk at work because people like to go through my desk and I don't want them stealing my stuff. So I have some lightly salted roasted almonds. And then this is my absolute favorite mix of all time. I literally lived off of this when I was back in Houston for work like 2 years ago. It's the Planters Nutrition, whatever. And it's the Men's Health recommended mix. And honestly, I just like the mix. Like, because a lot of them have walnuts. The other ones do. And I don't like walnuts. So this one just has peanuts, almonds, and pistachios. Can't recommend this one enough. Superb, honestly. And then the last one that I got was just some cashews that are roasted and salted. So all 3 of those things are going to be in my car. I really wanted something that A, I knew I was going to eat, and B, I knew was going to keep for a while. And, you know, I don't have to worry about like temperatures and all that kind of crap. And then these are also going in my car as well. Goldfishies. I'm going to put these in like individual bags or something. Or I might just put it in one giant bag and just be like, here you go. So the last couple of things that I got are total splurge items, which is hilarious because who the hell splurges on stuff like this? But I've had my eye on these things for quite a while. So if you guys didn't already know, I'm really getting into baking. It's honestly kind of become part of my recovery. And I've just been having a lot of fun with it. I've also found really, really great recipes online. And that's, you know, just been helping as well, I guess. So I made sugar cookies for Christmas. I made some for Valentine's Day. I'm not doing anything for St. Patrick's Day. Like, who cares? But for Easter, I was thinking of maybe doing like cupcakes. So I did buy a cupcake tin last week, but because I only had like little baby ones. So I have the primary colors for this, but I didn't have all the other ones. So these are just gel food coloring. And this one has black, blue, brown, and white. And then this one is my favorite because they're neon. So you have orange, hot pink, and then you have like a brighter purple and then like a lime green. And then I also picked up a bunch of sprinkles. So this one immediately caught my eye because it looks so springy, and I apologize for the glare, but you have like these little spheres, little balls, whatever, some really cute like pastel orange sugar, and then you have some, this looks like summer to me. I think it's so cute. And yeah, it's so cute. I'm so excited to use this. I also picked up this one, which is more like, I would say like an anytime type deal. So got the nonpareils, and then you have the jimmies, whatever the hell these are called, little spheres, and then you have the chocolate jimmies, and then there's also some stars. And then I also picked up just regular everyday jimmies. And then this one I thought was the most precious thing ever. Look at this. You see that? There's like little baby bunnies in there. There's little carrots. And then, you know, you just have like the white and green jimmies. But I thought that was so precious. And then, because I only have the mini size, I have Cupcake Liners. And I just got plain white. And then I also, of course, had to get some springtime ones. So I think this one is just green with like some white polka dots. And then these are the other ones. You just have different color stripes and then some flowers on the bottom. So I thought that was super precious. And I do plan on giving certain people like cupcakes and stuff like that. I don't want to be making like a huge batch because then I absolutely have no choice but to take it to work, because there's no way in hell that I'm going to eat 24 cupcakes. Maybe back in the day before I was in recovery, but now, there's no way in hell I can do that. So anyways, let's go put all this stuff away, and then I'm going to show you guys my fridge. All right, guys, we interrupt this program to bring you the snack bin. So this is just a shoebox that I had lying around. Actually, I took some stuff out of it in order to put all this stuff in. But the snacks that I told you about that are going to be for my car, here they are. So I have the two packs of goldfishies, and then you can see it down in there. But I do have a plastic bag, so that once I do open one of these, I can just put the rest into the plastic bag, and then, you know, it'll keep. And then I have 3 different kinds of nuts, I guess. This one is a mix, and it's the Planters Nutrition, the Men's Health one that I told you guys that I love so much. This one is the cashews, and then this one, the almonds. So I thought this was a nice idea just because, you know, I absolutely cannot stand it when I don't have a snack. And this way it's very compact. It all fits in there really, really nicely. And this way I can just keep it like under my seat in the car, or I can at least keep it like in the trunk or whatever. And honestly, like if you had kids, you could get like a bigger box. I know Sterilite makes larger boxes that have the same kind of lid where you can just like take it off really easily. And then, you know, you could have everything individually packed. You could buy them individually like this. The only thing that I was concerned about was having stuff, like I said, that wouldn't melt in the car. So that rules out a bunch of snacks that I like, such as, you know, fruit snacks of any kind. And then also any kind of granola bar that has chocolate, unless you're into those Nature Valley granola bars, which they're really good. The only thing I have against them is that you literally like pick it up and it breaks like in your hand. I'm exaggerating, but still. So I don't know. I really like this idea, and I'm curious to see how it's going to pan out, because a lot of the times I forget if I even have food with me. But this would also be nice, like I said, if you have kids, because then, you know, if you constantly are running around to activities, you can take some out of here and you can put them like in a bag. You can just hand it to your kid. You know, you could keep it in your purse, or you could throw some in like a diaper bag if you have multiple kids. You know, I think it would also be great, I just thought about this, for road trips. If you have multiple people, you can just stock whatever size bin you want, And then when somebody says they're hungry, or when you have like snack time, you can just pass around the bin and everybody can just kind of grab whatever they want. So I'm actually really liking this idea. Guys, here is my fridge and my freezer. This is by Samsung. I think it's like 28 cubic feet. I don't know. It's really large and it barely fits in this little space. The previous owner left me her, like, what, Mochi? That's my cat. The previous owner of my condo left her, what was it? Like white Whirlpool, you know, fridge, and it had like the little freezer on the top. And I actually have that down in the basement because I was thinking of maybe using it for food storage, but I don't know if I want to pay for the electric. So anyways, this is what I'm dealing with. And I do keep like lunch bags on top. So this one is what I use for like when I go on little road trips and stuff like that, or when I go up to Boston to see my mom. And then my normal lunch bag is not up there right now because I have it packed. So it is pretty nice because it does have the water and ice dispenser. I didn't have that before. So definitely love it. And this was one of the big purchases that I made for, you know, my house when I bought it last year. So this is what it looks like when you have it open. I will admit it is not super organized, but just going based off of what I always tell you guys, just remember that things don't have to be super organized and they don't have to be pretty. They just have to be functional and they have to work for you and your family. So anyways, I'm going to start over here. This is where I keep like most used stuff. So I have minced garlic, I have ginger. This is some vodka sauce that I made before that I'm using up. And behind that I have my homemade pasta sauce. And then right here I keep cheese, but this is like all snacky kind of cheese. And I go through it quickly. So even though this breaks my no dairy in the door rule, like I said, I go through it quickly, so I'm not worried about it. So I have a little I almost said little baby bells, but yeah, baby bell, string cheese, pepper jack, more pepper jack. I don't eat the Kraft singles as like a snack. I use those for grilled cheese, but you know, I like to have them right here. Moving down, this is where I keep like my butter and my margarine. I do quite a bit of baking now, way more than I used to. So I always try to have it on hand and I replenish it every time I use some. So this was in the freezer, which is why I was in a plastic bag. And then I also have this cute little cowie right here. And I put baking soda in here and it just keeps the fridge smelling nice. And then these are probiotics that I take every day. I'll show you guys the other side before we get into the meat of the fridge. So up here I have basically pickled stuff. So there's actual pickles, there's banana peppers, relish, got some olives, and then in the back there are some sun-dried tomatoes, more homemade pasta sauce, and then in here is where I have the bulk of my condiments. So I don't really use ketchup. I don't really use barbecue sauce. I basically only use salad dressings and hot sauce. So a lot of this I have in here as like a, I guess, just in case type thing. But truthfully, I don't eat it like that much anymore. Maybe once or twice a year. This is the hot sauce that I go through most often. It's just Frank's. And I just keep reusing the bottle, but I'll buy like the giant, like $8 or $9 bottle and just refill it. And then lemon juice, orange juice, which I used to be afraid to drink juice because of all the sugar. So I'm working on that. That's part of my recovery. And then I have my favorite coffee creamer of all time, which is the Coffee Mate Funfetti. It is so good. If you haven't tried it, it's 10 out of 10 would recommend. All right. So up here, I have some applesauce, and then I have the little salads that I showed you guys that are just like grab and go type things. I have some chickpeas back here, which depending on what I'm making for the week, I'll have those in the fridge. And honestly, I just keep them, you know, so that I can add them to like a salad or something. And then in this little bin, I actually have some heavy whipping cream and some cream cheese that I need to use up. This is where basically all my drinks and my dairy type stuff is. I try to keep dairy pushed back as far as possible because it stays colder and it also will, you know, keep a little bit longer. I go through milk pretty quickly, but you know, it doesn't hurt. So I have some half and half because I actually will mix this with the other creamer that I showed you guys. Some buttermilk, which I should probably toss. And then I also have yogurt and some, almost like cream cheese, but that's cottage cheese. And the yogurt I don't actually eat. I just use it to make more yogurt. And then this right here is just a picture of, it's like lemonade. I think it's strawberry lemonade, or it's just the pink lemonade. And then right here is usually where I'll keep my like lunches for the week, and I do prep them out, but I'm going back to just using mason jars because I had like the little meal prep containers and they just were getting gross. So I think it's their time to go. I've had them for 2 years, but this is what I'll be having for lunch, or I guess dinner tonight when I'm at work. So just one of those salads, and then I have some veggies in there, and I'll be adding more stuff. So it's not just I'm only having that, but that's the only stuff that needs to be refrigerated. I have 2 things of celery that I need to prep. And then in here is usually where I'll keep veggies. So right now I have that iceberg salad that I showed you guys. I have some carrots, and I also have some little baby peppers that I cut up. These are what are they called? The Rubbermaid Brilliance Tupperware, and they work very, very well for keeping fruits and veggies. I use them mainly for veggies, but they work very, very well for keeping them for quite a while. And that's honestly been the best way for me to like keep all my produce from going to crap really easily. And also same thing with salads. If you just put a piece of paper towel at the bottom and at the top, and you put the salad in the middle, it actually will keep a little bit longer, I found. And then in here, I just have more fruit. I have some clementines and some grapes. This is a blue apple, so it absorbs the ethylene that certain fruits and vegetables give off. And then down here in the drawer, this is where I keep like stuff for sandwiches. So I usually will pick the same thing every single time, and it's pepperoni, Genoa salami, and then in the very back, I switch between provolone, Colby Jack, and pepper jack. There we go. I like to have sausage on hand or bacon. So this week, well, I should say for the next 2 or 3 weeks, it's sausage. And then I always like to make little baby pizzas. So I always have stuff to make them. So I have some mozzarella, and I have turkey pepperoni, and I actually will just use my homemade pasta sauce as the sauce for the pizza. And then this little bag in here is for when I open up a new package of the pizza crusts. And then in here, I just have my eggs, and this is one of those fridge container things that I got from like TJ Maxx or Marshall's. And I just found out last week that it can fit 60 eggs. So that's actually really, really helpful because I go through those really quickly. All right, let's go down to the freezer. So right here is where the ice normally is, but I just used all of it. So the fridge has to make some, and that's what this scoop is for. So I just have it off to the side so that it doesn't get buried under the ice. But I have Parmesan, and then this is all different kinds of cheese. So there's sharp cheddar, extra sharp. There's some, it's like spicy Colby Jack or whatever from Sam's Club. There's some mozzarella. There's a Fiesta cheese blend. There's regular, what is it? Did I say mozzarella already? I think there's also some Italian cheese in there. And honestly, I don't go through these cheeses enough to warrant, you know, or I'm sorry, to justify, I should say, putting them. What is this? What is that? Oh, that's a piece of tape. Okay, I'm not worried about that. I don't go through the cheese enough to justify putting them in the fridge full time because otherwise they'll go bad. So basically, I'll take it out the day before I need it. I'll use it and then I'll throw it back in here. And then I have some of these little Eggo chocolate chip waffles that I haven't had since I was like 6 years old. So I'm revisiting that. And then ice packs for my lunches in here. This cheese wouldn't fit over there. So, and then this is where I have like all of my butter and also my margarine for baking. Also for making ghee. Over here, this is primarily meat, but you can see I have like these little ice cream cups, which I like. I'm gonna move those down. And then this is all instant yeast that I bought last year during the beginning of the pandemic that I have yet to use, but you know, whatever. This is homemade Hungarian goulash soup, and this is just ground beef, which I actually have to take that out so I can make tacos for the next week. I always have Italian sausage on hand because I like to make meatballs. Like I said, I have bacon, and then I always have chicken. If I don't have chicken, that means if I don't have chicken, that means that I'm going to be eating eggs and chickpeas for that week. And then I always have mixed fruit and spinach and kale because I like to make smoothies. It's just super easy. And then I always have different kinds of frozen veggies just to make things a little bit easier. And if you didn't already know, I use clothespins for like chip clips or bag clips because they're cheap and I'm not worried about them getting, you know, damaged or lost or broken. So anyways, that is everything. Two other things that I am going to share with you guys because I love them so much is my spice rack and also my magnetic knife strip. So I'm going to start over here. This is from Amazon. I think it was like 60 or 70 bucks. But if you watched my, my junk drawer, junk cabinet video, you would have seen some of the labels because I keep them in there in the cabinet. So this was actually really nice because it does come with a ton of labels. It also comes with blank ones so that if it's something different or, you know, if there's no label for it, like you can make your own, which you can see I did with my label maker. So I have these organized by, I have them alphabetically organized. And honestly, the ones that I use the most are probably blackened seasoning, garlic and herb. I've been using a lot of ranch. I definitely use a lot of red pepper flakes. And then I've also been using a lot of the sazon and also, who could forget, adobo and the Tony Chachere's. So it's nice because I still have a little bit of room to grow, but for the most part, you know, all this stuff just hangs out here. The one exception that I was thinking about making was excluding cream of tartar because this I only use to bake with. I think that's all anybody uses it to, you know, uses it for. I could be wrong, but it really shouldn't be up there, but it is. So whatever. But I can't recommend this enough because you can put it on your counter or you can do what I did and you can just drill it into the wall. If you're going to put it like on the wall, I would recommend getting metal, what are they? Metal drywall anchors. My dad taught me about those last year when he was helping me fix up little things around my house. And honestly, I will never go back to the plastic ones. All right, the metal knife strip. I used to have one of these at my apartment, and I got rid of it because I had too many knives, and my mom gave me a huge knife block, which I didn't really like because it takes up valuable space on my counters. So I try to keep them as clear as possible. Also, I do that because it, helps with making cleaning easier. So I went to Target and I got another one of these. You can get them off of Amazon, whatever. I think they also have them at Walmart, but I have my knives kind of in order. Like, these are the 2 chef's knives, and then Santoku, and then I have bread knives, and then whatever this one is for, and then this one is obviously a fillet knife, and then, there's smaller ones that are serrated. So it kind of goes in order. I mean, not really, but yeah, I love how this looks. Obviously, this is the odd one out, but I love it so much because my brother actually made that for me. And it's just, I'm amazed at what that guy can do. Like, holy crap. So I don't use it a whole lot, to be quite honest, but I love it just the same because it looks really cool. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was like a weird mishmash of everything, but I think that's what makes it more fun. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I love you all, and I'll talk to y'all in my next video. Bye, guys.